Alright, tools for the job. You're gonna need, I don't know if you have to have, but a torque wrench is handy. Some short extensions, 10 millimeter. That's for the bolts that hold the thermostat housing in. Everything else is 13 millimeters, pretty much. You're gonna want a pretty long extension for your socket, or a set of extensions you can put together to reach down in there with. Looks like this is 12 inch, so you're gonna want about 12 inches worth of extensions. Pliers, Phillips screwdriver for the drain in the bottom, a flathead to help pry on some stuff. Needle nose came in handy also. You may also want some little cutters to cut. I had a zip tie that was holding some of those cables in place. And I think that's about, well, you'll want a drain pan for your coolant and then a funnel to put it back in with. All right, well, I'm gonna be doing a thermostat replacement on a 2019 Nissan Murano. First thing, let me see if I can flip this around. You have to drain the coolant right in the middle of the radiator here. There is a plug that comes out. It's in the middle and the bottom. You pull this small plug out with a Phillips head, and it won't immediately start coming out until you pull the cap, which is nice. You have time to get a pan underneath it. You pull the cap, it'll drain out. Then you need to remove these electrical connectors from your power steering reservoir. You remove those because this whole unit has to come out to get in there. You have a power steering fluid line right here that connects into the reservoir with some clamps. You pull it off. This one has a bolt. You remove the bolt, and then that power steering line comes off. I've got it here to the side, wrapped in a rag so it doesn't leak everywhere. And then to remove the unit, there is a nut right down here that comes loose, a bolt right down here that comes loose, and another bolt that I'm on right now that comes loose. Once you remove those, this whole unit should come out, and then it gives you access to the thermostat, which is down here. All right, there's also a bolt that goes in between these two here. It goes in through this and then into here. Whoop, if you can see it. See if I can focus. There we go. Anyways, that's got to come out because that secures into this lower part of the bracket. Sorry. To this lower part of the bracket down here. And then there was, the coolant line was secured right here. Not the coolant, the power steering fluid line right here was secured in by this. That's got to come loose also to be able to remove it. All right, well, that was a pain in the butt. These bolts are real hard to get to. I did see a video where this part right here was removed to make more room. I really don't think that helps much. The hardest part is getting this thing back in. So there's a gasket on the back side of this. You could probably use some like silicone, RTV silicone, to help hold the gasket to this housing for the thermostat, so it's not slipping off as you're trying to get this part in and get your bolt started. I think I got the bottom bolt to start with the gasket in place. That was the easiest for me. I tried the other two spots first, and it was really hard to get your hands in between some of these crevices to get the bolt started. But I got it started. I think it's 85 inch-pounds is the torque specs. So you want to tighten it kind of, a little bit at a time each bolt. You don't want to just crank one down real hard. And then set them at 85 inch-pounds. Getting this off was kind of a pain in the butt too. This clamp for the coolant hose here. It was actually up here. The little pieces you can grab to to loosen it up, we're positioned to where it was real hard to get the pliers on it. But anyways, got it back together. Next, I'm gonna put the power steering unit back in here, get it all connected in reverse order. So, okay, got the power steering assembly, that's what I'm gonna call it, back in place. And then there's the 2 bolts, one here, one down here, and then there is a nut. Sorry, nut's over here, nut over here, bolt here, and a bolt here that hold this whole assembly in place. I'm gonna tighten those up. Then there's another bolt right here that connects these 2 brackets together. I'm gonna put that back in. And then I'm gonna reconnect I'm gonna run the hose back through this bracket and then reconnect the 2 power steering lines, and then I need to check the power steering fluid, and I'll put the coolant back in.